Yes. Yes, good day, ladies and gentlemen. We're live on 91.7 FM, DYFA Garifuna Radio Station. I want to tell you, ecumenical, Luwagamu Hamage. We are here this afternoon to hear from the Battle of the Drums and NGC. Their initiative has to do with Garifuna language in schools. So we're going to be hearing a few from what the teachers and the coordinators has to say about their experience in having to implement this program in school. So Garifuna language is starting to make its way into the schools. We're starting in the south, so we'll hear more from the teachers. Let's keep it locked on 91.7 FM here at Stan Creek Ecumenical Junior College 6th Form. So we will be, so once again, we will be hearing. Just sit back and relax. So far, the the teachers are explaining their experience with the short time they have been working with the curriculum. So that's what's happening at the moment. So there's a lot of teachers here from the south.
learning and teaching, we were saying that if you're teaching a lesson about food, you could say, okay, we're doing different types of food. Okay, the food that you like and the one that you dislike. You bring in different dishes and have the students taste it, and then they could use adjectives to describe the food, and then it goes back to the sentences. So you say one word to describe it, and you use a short common phrase to describe if you like it or if you don't like it. Alright, so those are some of the suggested activities that we were suggesting that we put in, that you put in the curriculum. And because it's an assessment as well, just suggested so that maybe there are teachers that don't have an idea, and then if they go over it, maybe they could pick one, and then they could just expand on it. Or they could create their own one that would work for them. So those were our two major concerns, or findings that we would like to implement or include in the upcoming for the upcoming school year.
Certainly, certainly, certainly. Shema, teacher, you could check with now. St. Alphonsus. And I've been having a good time in St. Mike's.
Fantastic.
I enjoy myself when I do it. Land of my grandparents, correct. Ali Halosa. Land of my birth, Hopkins. Holy family. Hopsi, I know Holy family. Mega day and Holy family.
Yes, we will fix the order. The order is fixed already. And,
General feedback.
yeah, the order is good. Also, yeah.
Let me start with the body and cover the all right. With the I really wish that it was easier to follow, because teaching standard 5 starting with head. Most of my students are not Garifuna speakers, so it is, I want, like, if across the board from maybe in September, that everybody is teaching maybe Katrina, or from infant 1 to standard 6, because we don't know who are Garifuna speakers and non-Garifuna speakers. And then everybody should learn colors and um, likes and dislikes, part of the body, everybody, from just the basics. And then we reinforce what we learn in the upper division. But then when we reach upper division, we could start with sentences in the upper division, but start maybe middle, but upper division mostly, and then maybe one word answer for lower division. Then we also suggested a new topic, which was weather. Add the weather to it, and I was also suggesting that we add probably spirituality to upper division, maybe to learn, have students learn um, how to bathe the dead, or how to, or when it comes to Garifuna spirituality. And then I was also thinking if it's possible to have them, I write it down, I promise I'll send it somewhere or hope people understand the structures. But all the topics, I am I love all the topics, and if we use songs, students will really learn. But then we have to bring in the technology into it so that the students can, because most, if not all, our students are technological savvy. So if they have technology, it will be much easier, because I use a gaming app called Blue Kit, and then I created a game on parts of the body. What else I use? Numbers, fruits, and then the students really enjoy that, and I believe they learn better with technology. Thanks.
Certainly. How do you spell bouquet?
Blooket.
Blooket. your information because we are just giving samples of what should be in that section. The curriculum cannot be a document that, well, a curriculum will never be a document that has all the information. The curriculum is your guide, and it will focus on topics and samples. But like what you said, we've seen the need for the units. So the units will take a different angle and help you more, but still, you would have to be the one to research and do additional. And teaching Garifuna is no different from teaching whichever language, whichever subject, right? So I want you to keep that in mind. And I want that when you receive the edited curriculum, because I've been an education officer for so many years, so teachers use the curriculum, they don't know the curriculum. So you have to try to understand it. You have to make sure to feel it, that you know to browse through it, right? But I am very pleased with the feedback that we're getting, because some of what you said we've also noticed on our journey during the sessions. So we're gonna work on that, and hopefully you have detailed what you've seen, so that we can put our brains together and put that document together along with some of your colleagues, so that by August we have the updated document. Ceramic, appreciate it. Let's put our hands together for all of our. So Barranco was with. Yes, Barranco was with. Unless if anybody anything else from Barranco, because Barranco was with that group, Bulisi group. Unless they want, you want to. Okay, they're good. So now.
Yes, we'll have a few words with the coordinators of this in a minute. Make we tell on Luhaka Hamage, Maestro, Idalela, Haburo Garifuna, Horfun and Garifuna tell as well.
All right, one. You want
I'm
to
going to try to take my picture if I sideways there.
One suggestion is that we include the strategies that we've been teaching.
Ladies and gentlemen, I gotta go. The Stockman, ladies and gentlemen, I gotta go. I gotta go. Neighbor, how are you?
So who can quickly one and two?
We're live. All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, we'll get a word from the coordinators about this program, what's happening here in Culture Capital once again. Thanks to Battle of the Drums Committee and NGC for having all these teachers here.
Now we're going to go to the support document. Well, initially,
All right.
the document for the phrases was only for the staff for those schools, so they can have phrases and to teach the children, because they weren't in depth with the curriculum. Then we realized, though, after all that was done, that the curriculum people also needed that, so we attach it to it. So we'll begin with Singing Heart.
Never got Hawaii Sacred Heart, so I gotta go.
We're not
Hang
the
on.
phrase document.
Because see Miss Ingrid there, ladies and gentlemen. See how they no for that take it home. So once again we will so hang with us. So stay with us here, ladies and gentlemen. I'll talk to Mr. Darius right now and have a few words. So hang it up, ladies and gentlemen. So we'll have a word with one of the coordinators here. Do it. We're live already. So okay, good. Ladies and gentlemen, again, we'll continue the live. We'll shut off the live in a few. Um, so I will stand here right next to Mr. Darius Avila, from the Battle of John's Secretariat and in Punta Gorda, and representing the country and Belize and the world, because this is the only Battle of the Drums we have in the world, believe it or not. But it's right there in Punta Gorda, beautiful Penny. And now we're venturing on a more tangible project here with Garifuna language in this school. So, Mr. Darius, please tell us a little bit about this phase of the project.
Okay, sure. So you will recall that in March of 2024, the Ministry of Education approved our Garifuna Language in Schools program. When I say our, this is a joint initiative between the National Garifuna Council and the Battle of the Drums, where we have identified a response to the deterioration of the language across our various Garifuna cultures. Our various Garifuna communities. So last year, since the previous year, we had approached the ministry to approve the teaching of the language in the school system, because we recognized that we would have a bigger impact if we were to integrate the teaching of the language into the schools. Thankfully, in March of last year, it was approved, and so we have the teaching of the language in Barranco, St. Joseph School, in Peine, Punta Gorda, St. Peter Claver School, in St. Bite, St. Alphonsus Primary School, in Georgetown, Richard Quinn Primary School, in Hopkins, Holy Family RC School, and in Dangriga, Sacred Heart Primary School, and as well Holy Ghost Primary School. Likewise, Gulisi Community Primary School, who has been at the forefront of the teaching of the Garifuna language, is also a part of this program. So what we are doing here today is that we are having an evaluation of the program. We rolled out the program in September of last year, 2024, and now at the end of this school year, June 2025, we have brought all the teachers from all the schools, the 8 schools, and so we have over 100 teachers here today, where we are evaluating the program. We are identifying what has worked well, what are some of the weaknesses, what needs to be addressed, and get general recommendations as to how we will move forward. At the end of the day, this program is here to stay, and so we want to ensure that we continue to build on what we started last year.
You know, Ms. Avila, I'm gonna put it like this, right? I feel so proud, and I hope that this message and this program goes far and wide, because I'm very emotional as well, because it's been a while where a lot of people, our people, primarily, let me put it like this, most of we people, we talk about teaching a language in school. They have a lot of solutions, but no one has ever said, let me do this. I always say, oh, Garifuna language to fail, this to fail. And a lot of time is you people, our people, but you people, when I mean you people, no, that I want to like talk, man. This to happen right now. But guess what? We no look for what they happen, we look for problems, and this is solution. So I gotta put it like that. I have to try to send a stern message that the Battle of the Drums Committee is doing an awesome day. This is tangible. This is tangible movement, tangible program for the future of the Garifuna language. Low it our rasta Garifuna. Hey, Huma, Battle of the Drums. I'm a MGC. Hawad made the leader Abba lo harufa na Garifuna till let's go.
Italian lo iyan lira most lo worf na ni lo wayan lo go take garda lo go gaga mo no do hey. This is bringing people together because at all these schools, it's not only Garifuna people at these schools. These schools are being taught. There are children from all over Maya, Mestizo, Spanish. And if we just look at the life, we will see that a lot of they're not only Garifuna teachers here as well. So I'm encouraging everyone to be a part of this, contribute in some each way. It doesn't have to be financial, but also spread the word in a positive manner. Instead of, because there's a lot of people that talk out of their mouth or their asses. I say it like that because this is DYFA. We say what we want, but we in a respectable way. You know that things are not happening. Positive things in our community not spread like wildfire. But the negative things always spread like wildfire. We want this program to spread like wildfire. And this is a different phase now. From September, now they're doing the evaluation process. How is the evaluation process going?
So the evaluation is going very well. We're hearing from the teachers themselves. So these are some of the things that they're saying. The curriculum, so we have a curriculum specifically designed for this program, and that was developed by our group of Garifuna teachers, who we call the Garifuna Language Commission. And this curriculum is specifically to inform the teaching of the Garifuna language. Likewise, we have a professional development program where, again, we engage the teachers in workshops to teach them, to teach the program. Right, so it's a teacher-teacher type of program, and we have been doing these workshops from September right up to this month as well. So what the teachers are saying is that some of the strengths is that we are well structured. We have a curriculum. We have commissioners who are supporting the program. We have coaches now who are retired teachers in each community that supports the program in their respective community at the school in that community.
Yeah, so again, this is in depth. It has been well thought through. This is not a program where we just pick up and say we run with it. You know, now we're in the evaluation phase now. Whatever we do good, we will improve. Whatever we least slack upon or we want to implement, you know, and I heard that the curriculum is a guide, it's an in-depth guide. So if teachers got a little extra thing to put in there, maybe do a little cartoon in there, or I see they're asking for, they're recommending more technology in there. This is where we come in, you know.
Right. So those are some of the weaknesses, right? Our resources. This is a very costly initiative to promote, but we are not waiting for somebody to come and give us so many dollars to roll out a program like this. We are moving with the limited resources that we have. I have to say this, DYFA, that the Battle of the Drums is the only Garifuna initiative that I know of, or maybe even the only event in the entire Belize where the proceeds go specifically towards a community initiative. All the proceeds. So when you come to the Battle of the Drums and you pay a fee, it is so that we can do things like this. So our monies come to programs such as these. So again, continuing, resources are minimal. If you have, I call out the schools and the communities where the program is held. If you have a two typing sheets, feel free to drop it at the school. If you have markers, if you have whatever support you can give, it doesn't have to be monetary. If you want to just maybe walk in at the school and just help to support because you know Garifuna and you want to give some of your time, that is good enough.
I really love that approach. And that is the approach of Awo Amorno. Because whatever knowledge you have, I might not have it. I might not be aware of it, but I will be receptive of it. So we could all grow as a people. So my main message for today's thing, and I really appreciate this program. People, things happen, but a lot of times no. Make we think or make we research before we talk. Because a lot of the hot things that what carry we far, nobody to talk about it. A lot of the hot things where what benefit we as a people, madam we agree get ugly. Right? But as soon as this girl show her butt by the screen, we want to talk about that. I like that too. But I like this more. but we cannot really put that down. We're having fun. That's just fun. But this will carry longer than that because this language, this language is for us. But we could share it too with the world, just like how they are sharing English in the school. We could share Garifuna in the school as well.
Absolutely. And that is what I say to our teachers in this program. Yes, we have to recognize that the target audience are not only Garinago, but we are sharing our language with all the cultures, like you rightly said, in the school system. Just like I always tell them that none of us are British, but we all speak English. You know, a lot of us are not Creole, we all speak Creole. It's the same way that we can learn Garifuna. And I have to thank our teachers, our parents, our managers in this program because they have wholeheartedly embraced this program across all of these communities Dangriga, Hopkins, St. Bite, Georgetown, Peine, Punta Gorda, and Barranco. And that tells me that we continue to promote what is dearest to us as Belizeans, that cultural diversity that we need to always support because that is what makes us Belizean and that is what makes us who we are in this country.
Well, again, thanks for your time, Miss Avila. You've been a very beacon of light for this language, and you have made it. You could talk about it because you make the step. I don't. We don't want to appreciate when you talk about something. Nothing. You always just when somebody, oh, I'm going to think about that. No, if you think about it, then do it. All right. And if you don't have anything positive to say, don't say it at all. Because then, when we look at each other, you look at each other, and we want to look at each other in a positive light. And if we do that, other people will look at us in a positive light. I know it's difficult. All of us went through this before. One of our own, very own, they do it, and then might kind of feel away. But try change that mentality, right? Try uplift it. Try to see that you to do it, right? And see how you would have feel. If you feel good, that person will feel good, and that's life. Aba is saying that ya get dangre get lose soon about DYFA Wagia 91.7 FM. Ya get lose soon about Mr. Avila again. Thanks for your time.
You're welcome. Thank you very much.
Ayo, ayo. That's it. That's it. Very, very. Yeah. Again, ladies and gentlemen, we gotta go. It's gotta go. Ayo.